This is Mike, and this is now attempt number to share my impressions on this demo, or demo beta, whatever. Um, I've just had nothing but problems. Yesterday, I actually that took 3 attempts because the demo kept on crashing on me every time I hit the settings. And finally, the third attempt worked, and I shared my thoughts. But then it got blocked worldwide on YouTube because of copyright strikes on the music, which halfway through the video I kind of mentioned I hope doesn't happen. Um, so there's no music right now. That's why it's all silent. And it just took 3 attempts now, or 2 attempts to get it streaming again. I'm just having the worst luck. I did want to share my thoughts on this game though, um, because it's both better and worse than I expected. Well, it's better in terms of it's not worse. It's better in terms of how it plays. Um, but we'll get to that. Anyways, I'm not going to bother going to the settings because I'm afraid of it crashing. I'm lucky that I was able to get in there and adjust it so that I can turn the music off. I did play quite a bit yesterday. For those that are curious, I'm playing this in the 4K mode. It runs at or around 1800p checkerboard rendering, um, and I am not using HDR because you can't stream HDR. It still looks amazing though. It looks really really good, and we're gonna get to some gameplay so we can see how good it looks. These I don't know, those demo scenes don't really showcase it. I mean, they showcase it, but they're not all that accurate. So we're just gonna get right in this. Yes, I'm doing intermediate. I'm the furthest thing from a racing expert or a racing game expert. I don't play that many sims, but I do have fun with racing games. I don't play that many or buy that many racing games. The only, other than Drive Club, which I got the free edition for gold members, or PlayStation Plus members, sorry. Um, the only other game that I've gotten is Forza Horizon 3, which is amazing. I put in plenty of time in that. I've been looking for a sim to get this fall. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, let's calm down. So what I am going to do, so I'm going to go through each one of these races. Now, I think I got damage on. I don't think it affects the performance of my vehicle though, at least tell. But the game does look great. The frame rate is rock solid, which is the biggest thing for me. The material shaders on the cars look great. The biggest thing for me is definitely the lighting. I like the way that the sun, or if we do any night racing, the lights in the arena, or wherever I'm going to race at night, I do like the way it bounces off the cars. Whoa, whoa. The sense of speed is okay. It's pretty good. It's not the best. Like right now I'm going almost 150, and It doesn't feel it. Even in this first-person view, which you would think would be the view to get the best sense of speed. And the shadows, they look good. They look much better than in the earlier betas. But there is some artifacts and flickering. Back off. You were able to, I don't know if you caught it, but there was, you could see the artifacts very well. And there's also some issues with, wow, I really lost my position on that one. As I was saying, there are some issues with subpixel elements. Now, we'll just go ahead and show the replay. The replays are the one thing that they absolutely nail. Like I said, I have Forza Horizon 3, and the replays in that are absolute shit. They're just horrible. The camera angles are horrible, the options are horrible. I know that some may argue that it's an open world racer and that makes it harder, but you're still on set tracks or destinations when you're in a race, so they should be able to do something more than what they do. This, though, there's additional motion blur. It is running at 30 frames when you're in 4K mode. If you set your PlayStation Pro at 1080p, then it does try to reach 60. It doesn't really hit it all that well, from what I understand. But it looks fine in 30. The motion blur definitely helps. The depth of field definitely helps. It's a lower resolution of depth of field, but you don't really notice it all that often. You do see some of the LOD popping, more so in the replays than the actual racing. And sometimes you do see the lack of trackside detail. Not that it's not great. I mean, for the vast majority of the scenes and the parts, it looks great. It really does. I mean, based on earlier builds, this game looks pretty damn amazing. And last night playing in HDR, it even looks better. I mean, it's one of the best HDR implementations that I've seen in the game, and that's saying something. The skybox looks okay. It looks good. So you can see in the audience there, you can see the LOD transitions. Seem like that looks amazing. Now, the cube maps on the cars themselves do seem a bit on the low resolution side. Not a big deal because you really don't get that much time to really look at them, but it is something. Okay. The loading, thankfully, is really... Alright, so... Let's see, what will we do here? We'll do evening. And... we'll race in the ugly orange Lexus. Now, I did notice with my impressions video of Battlefront that it was skipping, like the beginning of the video, it completely skipped where I introduced myself, and it happened a few other times, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen here. I also noticed And it wasn't hard to notice that it's always been this way, where the bit rate is just extremely low. So there's micro blocking and lack of detail, just a lot of detail loss, even at 1080p, which is a shame. Unfortunately, my PC is going to be out of commission for about a month. So any content I put up, it's gonna be streaming. And ironically, when I get my PC, when I'm able to use my PC, I'm probably also gonna have an Xbox One X. Oh shit. Now the foliage or the trees, they look great for the most part. In certain lighting conditions, I don't know if this is one of them, they didn't look all that great with the way that the light hit them. But this looks good. Let's get back on the track. Whoa. I love how the glow looks off of your taillights and just headlights in general. The lighting in this is top notch. They don't overdo with the specular highlights on the ground, so it's not like the track is covered in oil or something. But that's what I kind of expect from a really good physically based rendered engine. It's going to absorb that lighting. This is not going to end well. Well, maybe I don't have damage enabled. Now, when I was playing yesterday, I was using the intermediate difficulty, but I also had auto braking on, which is the default setting. I had to figure out how to turn that off. Based on how I'm going some of these races or turns, maybe I should have kept it on. Dust and alpha effects like that, they're done really, really well, especially for a 60 frame per second title. There is some aliasing. You can especially see it on the hood or the dash cam or whatever this is. But overall, it's a very, very, very clean and solid image. I played the Forza 7 demo at 4K, and this holds up very, very well in terms of image quality. It kind of makes me wish. It really does make me wish that game offered a temporal anti-aliasing solution instead of just MSAA on PC. Now, you can't see it in this part of the track. Maybe with the time of day that I selected, you just can't see it in general. But I need to start paying more attention to the race. One of the biggest pet peeves for me in earlier demos for this was the trackside shadows, which there doesn't seem to be any here. I know in certain lighting conditions they do show up, and when they're there, it seemed like they drew in like 20 feet in front of you. Well, they definitely extended that. So I'm not sure why it's not being presented here. The sun is out. See, I like how the light bounces off the back of the car there. Now, the actual driving mechanics and the feel of the cars is just awesome. I definitely didn't expect anything less. Wait, what did I pick? Retry or something? Oh, I picked start. That's right. Now, see, I noticed that it's still popping up with music playing. Hopefully that doesn't trigger anything. Let's see here. We don't want cloudy. It does look good. We did evening before. Let's try morning. I totally dig the UI. That's one thing that, oh wait, no, I'll cover that when we're done with this race. But that's one thing. It's very slick. It's very responsive. It's not sterile. Let's go with this. The headlights look like bug eyes. Definitely go with red. Now, typically, when I really want to dive into a race or a racer, I will pick manual, but I can barely keep the car on the road and still share my impressions. I'm not gonna be able to concentrate on making sure I'm shifting properly and the AI is okay. It's not amazing, it's not bad. Whoa. Not good, not good, not good. See, I do like it in this view. They darken the side of the screen where the car is, so you know where a car is coming up on you. You can see some of the reflections here. They do look nice when viewed from like from your car. So whenever just a closer inspection, they look a bit low detailed. But this is a 60 frame per second racer, so there are going to be sacrifices. And they're definitely well worth it. The dashboard, the material shaders, and the outside of the car look amazing. Not good. Get back on the road. See, like right there, right? How the sun was bouncing off the car. That's captured very, very well. Oh. Okay. The engine sound really, really good. This hood cam, it's kind of weird to me. It's almost like you're popping your head out of the sunroof of a car. It's pretty high, higher than I'm used to in normal or other racers. But the drawing, when you're actually racing, looks really, really good. Man, the brakes just must suck in this car, or I'm just not braking early enough. You can see some aliasing on the back of this car here. I do like the transition from the darker tunnel area back there to just the open sky. Really what carries the visual presentation for me in this game is the material shaders, you know, the both on and inside the car, and the lighting. And they go a long way. Texture detail is good on the tracks. There are spots where if you really looked, you can see some lower resolution textures, but that is no different than any other game. One thing I'm not the biggest fan of is how busy the HUD is. You know, we got the lap times to the right, we got the positioning to the left, we got I mean, everything. And some of it is a bit redundant, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm coming in this a bit too sharp. Like, I don't understand, why do I need the lap time to be constantly showing above center of the screen when I have it to the right? You know, that's just one example. So that's definitely something that I would tweak in the main game. I'm just too nervous about doing anything like that in this beta with the way that it's been crashing on me. I have to say, on average, I'm still racing better today than I was in the first video I posted yesterday. But real quick, we'll take a break from the racing, show you around the UI. I do like this. You know, there is appreciation for racing. I don't really know why they're posting something about Abraham Lincoln. So maybe not a complete appreciation for racing. But yeah, it's very slick, very fast, very nice. I do like the scrolling, or not scrolling, but rotating backgrounds. Alright, now on to the rally racing. I did this one at night, and I wasn't impressed very much with it at night. I was also all over the road. We'll see if I can do better this time. The second of the two rally races, I did much better yesterday. We'll see how I fare today. I didn't think that this was cloudy. Not that it makes a difference. I don't think... Wow, this actually doesn't look too bad. I forget which track I raced yesterday, but it did not... It was an overcast conditions, and it just did not look all that good. This looks good, though. The rally tracks, I think, on the internet, the impressions have been too negative. I mean, this does not look as good as the regular circuit tracks, but it doesn't look terrible. The one thing that does kind of get to me is that I know it's a cloudy day, shadows. I mean, even in a cloudy day, there's still light coming through the clouds. There should be some, I guess there'd be soft shadows. That might be just too taxing. And even though I seem to be racing better, he's still just killing me. Never been very good at drifting. Typically with my, I like my rally racers to be arcade, like Sega Rally. So, definitely not a sim fan when it comes to rally racing. It seems to rely on a lot of drifting, how well you can kind of coast through turns, which I am not all that good at. I'm doing better at keeping my car on the track as I get off the track, but I should probably use my be using the handbrake more, but I'm sure I'll just spin out if I do that. I will do night race. I'll do the first track. That was not a bad turn. Oh, no. Come on. Also not a fan of the invisible wall that surrounds this track. Come on. Ah. Oh, okay. He fucked up back there too, or maybe I fucked him up. I thought he was gonna cruise right by me there. I have no shame, and I will definitely take that win. I'm trying to think of what else I said yesterday. I'm not trying to repeat. I mean, I'm kind of just speaking and talking about things as they catch my eye. I'll try the Volkswagen here. But I do want to be as thorough without really I don't know, um, not nitpicking, but breaking the flow, I guess, of the video. I mean, if I wanted, I could pause the game or pause the replay to couple the camera and take a really, really close look at trackside detail, car detail. And I would do that if this was like a graphical analysis video. And while I am giving a lot of impressions on the graphics themselves, these are just impressions. And I am just smoking this guy. Oh. I really, really do like how the cars feel. They all feel different. And even for someone like me, that I'm not the biggest into Sims. Well, I'm into Sims, but I definitely like my handheld a little. I will use some assists. Basically, traction control and anti-lock brakes. Those two are primarily the ones that I'll use. But the game plays great. It feels great. I'd say gameplay-wise, the only thing that they can improve on is the sense of speed. Oh, I should have. That's right. I haven't been switching out the camera angles. I do want to show off the multiple camera angles. Now, you know, I have complimented and commented on the lighting plenty in this game, but it is a bit inconsistent. Some of the trees here don't look great in this track on this time of day, and you know it's there's clouds in the sky, but it's still daytime, and there's no shadows anywhere. Whoa. And I just crashed into an invisible wall. So while the lighting is definitely, it has its very, very high points. Most of the time, there are just some times where it looks flat. With this being, you know, a fixed time of day, that was a nice little touch. Saw some pop in there on the left. You would think, anyways, with this being a fixed time of day, you'd think they would have more control in avoiding the flat look. But this race, maybe this time of day, could be. I just bounced off that wall. This could be exactly what people may have been referring to as the not looking all that great. And that'd be fair. So, going back to what I said in the beginning of the video, that it's better than expected and worse than expected. It's better than expected where I knew it would drive great. I knew that it would play great. I had my reservations on how smooth and consistent it would feel in play. The frame rate is rock solid. Hey, let's see what I get. I got some shitty car yesterday, I think another Volkswagen. But all of these look like they'd be cool cars. Okay. I'll take the Veyron. I wonder if if this version, if the car, if the spoiler comes in and out of the car. I'm pretty sure that's this car. So let's race this Veyron on this circular track at night. I didn't realize I had 3 cars here. Now, you know, this game is definitely better in ways. I'm happy that there's at least an arcade mode with single player. I thought there would be, but you know, I just wasn't sure. It definitely matches expectations in ways as well. You know, again, like I said, I knew to play well. I knew to play great. I knew that it would look great. It definitely exceeds expectations in certain ways because there were certain things in earlier demo builds that stuck out to me and were distracting. It's definitely a much more consistent. Oh, the spoiler's already out. But the game does fall short in certain ways. Now, you wouldn't know it, and I'm not, in no way am I trying to say that this game looks bad at all, because, like, right now, it looks pretty damn amazing. Oh, man. Okay, yeah. That is a hell of a dashboard. But, I mean, based on some of the impressions from people on the internet that I should learn to ignore, I expected this to be on another level in terms of... Well, I didn't expect it, but there were impressions that it is. But it does have its faults. Thankfully, because it's a much more consistent experience than what I was expecting, it still exceeds my expectations in a lot of ways. I do believe the cars cast shadow. I do like the way that the lighting bounces off of. I really like that cockpit view. Haha. I am just an asshole. Don't mind me. I wish I could look left and right when I'm in this view so I can see the side of the car. I like the sparks that come off my car when I'm taking those turns. Yeah, see, this looks really cool. Oh. It's weird, I don't get it. I mean, I know the car doesn't have a rear view mirror, but you think that I would... Oh, it gives me one here. Very cool, very and I lost my train of thought. Very, very cool dashboard. I like how they do the whole rear view on that. The detail just is awesome. It's very high quality. Now, let's see. And everything here just looks that much better in HDR. It's really impressive. Here's the campaign mode. Honestly, the campaign mode just seems like a glorified license testing. Not something I care about. There's online racing. I'll probably never do that. And that's my biggest disappointment with this. Let's check out these bonuses. I seriously wish this had a campaign mode. I know that's not a unique opinion, but for me, that automatically makes this a no-go. At least at launch. Maybe they'll add it later on down the line. And these scapes, I'm going to show these. I do wish I had my legit first impressions yesterday, but I heard a lot or read a lot about these, and it seemed like they were going to be amazing, but I'm kind of disappointed because it seems like they just take photos, and if these aren't photos, maybe just still renders, and you just put your car in it like so. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna, and that's it. And then we can move this around a little, but I was hoping that this would be more like the Auto Vista mode. You can do a 360 degree, and let's see, maybe you can. No. So, meh, like this does nothing for me. Cool, I guess. No. But, so, there's a lot of good here. And there's definitely some disappointment. I don't care one bit about the car count. I'm sure longtime fans or Xbox fanboys would hang up on the car count, but that doesn't. I mean, the more cars, the better, sure, but there's a good number of them. I think it's launching with 160 or something. There's a good number of tracks. The content is there. It's just the campaign. That's all it really is missing for me. And there's some little issues here and there that I've detailed in this video. But that overall, excellent demo, excellent game. I'm eager to see how the full product turns out. Anyways, thank you for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll check you guys out the next video. Later, guys.